Hello and welcome to the next lesson. In the previous lessons we've learned about the various preset filters, and we've also learned about the basics of the filter editor. We also know that filters consist of a combination of filter effects. Today we are going to learn about three filter effects: flood, image, and turbulence. These three effects have in common that they provide extra information to the filter. For example, flood provides color information, image provides an image, and turbulence provides a random field. First of all, I'm going to demonstrate the flood effect. I'm going to draw a circle on the canvas, and I'm going to add a new filter, and I'm going to name it flood. I'm going to add the flood effect, and have a look. I have two parameters, flood color and opacity. I'm going to set the flood color to green, and I'm going to leave the opacity as it is, and I'm going to apply the effect by ensuring that my object is selected and clicking on the checkbox here. And I see that the bounding box is filled with the flood color. Next, I'm going to demonstrate the image filter. First, I'm going to disable the flood filter and add a new filter and rename it to image, and I'm going to select image from the filter effect menu and click add effect. We have one parameter, and that's the source of image. We can either use the image file or we can use a selected SVG element. If I click on image file, a dialog box opens and I can select a photograph or a bitmap or whatever you like. I'm going to select my Prague holiday photo, and I'm going to apply the filter, and I see that the bounding box is filled with my image of with my selected image. There's also the button selected SVG element. This button is not functioning at the moment, so I'm now going to demonstrate it. Finally, I'm going to demonstrate the turbulence filter. First, I will disable the image effect and add a new filter and name it turbulence. And I'm going to add turbulence to the image, and when I click on apply, I see that the whole bounding box fills up with a kind of noisy signal. That is what turbulence does. It creates a noisy signal. Now let's have a look at some of the parameters. We have the first type, turbulence, and fractal noise. We can choose between two types of noise. Turbulence is more of a wavy noise and is suitable for things like smoke and clouds and waves, while fractal noise is more similar to static on your television set, or for example sand on a beach. For now, let's keep on turbulence. We also have a bass frequency. When I click it, I see that the frequency of the noise changes. The higher the number, the higher the frequency. In other words, the smaller the distance between the peaks of the noise signal. I have a the possibility to change the frequency in the X direction as well as the frequency in the Y direction. At the moment I have link enabled, but if I disable link, I can change the frequency in the Y direction independently of the one in the X direction. Now is a good time to demonstrate the difference between turbulence and fractal noise. As you can see, turbulence is more wavy, while fractal noise is more noisy, for lack of a better term. Next we have octaves. Octaves is really the resolution of the noise. So if you want to save on computation power, you keep the octaves low. But if I increase the octaves, the noise is filled up with more and more detail. The frequency, in fact, stays the same, but more and more noise components are added on top of the image. Now, noise is random, and we have one realization of this random set, but there are many possible realizations, and which realization we show is determined by the seed. At the moment the seed is set to 0, but I can change it, and I have more and more different realizations of the same type of noise. This is the same noise. It's also turbulent with the same frequency and the same octaves, but it's just with different initial conditions, shall we say. That was all for this theory lesson. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.